I want to spend less time on my phone, and I've noticed also that I feel better when I'm reading books. So if you, like me, want to spend less time on your phone and doing other stuff instead, like reading books, for example, then this video is for you because I want to give you some book recommendations of books that I've been reading recently. So this is gonna be two books. The first one is The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. And this one I have read twice. And the book is from 1983. But I would say the writing style is more like the classic style, like from the 1800s or early 1900s. And this is about a lawyer living in London. And he goes for business to a remote market town in the English countryside. And he goes to collect some legal documents from a deceased woman. And he also goes to the woman's funeral. And at the funeral, he sees a woman in black, hence the title. And he starts seeing this woman here and there around the market town and also around the house of this woman who's just passed away. The house is called Eel Marsh House. And also when he starts to question the people in town about this woman, they get very uncomfortable and disturbed by the fact that he sees this woman. And that is kind of how the story starts. And this book is quite accessible, I would say, if you're used to reading books in English. And the chapters are quite short. And I also like these small illustrations that are at the start of each chapter. So it is quite accessible. And I also like kind of the style of the book. It's kind of both scary and creepy, but also like cozy in a way, because it also has a lot of nice descriptions of nature and the market town and the marshes outside of the market town. So if you want to read a creepy and cozy ghost story for Halloween, I would highly recommend this one. And the second book that I want to recommend is a more well-known novel. It is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. And this was written in 1847, and it is her only novel. And this is a more darker book compared to The Woman in Black, I would say. And it is also a more challenging read concerning the sentence structures and the words used. So keep that in mind. And I'm not gonna provide some great analysis of this book. I'm sure a lot of other people have done that. But this is basically, the plot concerns two different families. One of the families is the Linton family, who lives at Thrushcross Grange. And then we have the Earnshaw family, who lives at Wuthering Heights. There are some supernatural elements in the story, but I don't think that is kind of the central part of the story. It is more about family relationships and dynamics and how hatred and revenge affects the different family members, and how hatred and abuse affects children and the coming generations of the families. And just so you know, there is abuse depicted in this book, if you're sensitive to that. But yeah, this is of course, a well-written book because it is a classic of English literature. And I think that's basically all I wanted to say about these books. So if you want a lighter read, I would pick this one. And if you're a bit more experienced reader, then maybe you should go for this one.